Good morning again. If you happen to be on our 9 a.m., if not, welcome today to our 11 a.m. service, our normal service. My name is Reverend Richard Pacheco, and as always, I'm truly grateful that you joined us here today, whether it's live or later on. And we continue our lessons on Advent, a different look at how we embody it through ourselves, through our body, and through our spirituality, and using the lessons of Advent for that. Again, these lessons were written by Reverend Kelly Isola. You would know her as she works with Reverend Ogan, who run Project Sanctus. If you've never been there, go ahead and check them out. They have some great classes, especially on diversity and other things. So check them out as well to support them as they gave us these lessons to use. But we are week 3, and we are going to be talking about the silence today. So with that being said, let's open up in prayer. Let's just close our eyes and breathe into this moment, knowing that we were divinely guided to being here, whether it's live or later on this week. We come with an open heart and open mind, knowing that it is our job to release the outer world and tap into our inner being, that Christ consciousness, that seat of the soul, that place within ourselves that excuses the outer world and its constant beratement to know what the truth is for us. I know a lot of times we struggle with the ego, which is that individualized personality that we created to protect us in this world. And sometimes we need to know when the thoughts are ego and when the thoughts are truth. And all we can do is be in our own truth and be in love and continue to work in love. And when I talk about love, we're not talking about the emotion, but the actual power of our 12 innate powers of love as we move through this, knowing that faith and strength are right there along with us to move through it, even in challenging times. In the holidays, we know that sometimes these are very challenging times because we are hit with grief and sorrow and sometimes anger and lack, and all these things are rushing around us, and we need to embody it and work with it so we know where it comes from, so that we can move forward. And we know the work is being done because we say it isn't, so it isn't, so we let it be. Amen. And with that, as always, I said this at our 9 a.m. If you happen to be here during our intro, you'll know that we are promoting 2 of the businesses that my family does. First is Nairobi Naturals, which of course is my wife's business. I mean, here's a powerful woman who's helping you with self-care through the use of essential oils and crystals. She now has a lotion and body scrub line, great scents, and again, a powerful woman, great mother, great partner, great everything all around. So imagine her helping you with that. So make sure you tap into her business. And if you have those last minute gifts, go ahead and do that. And then second, of course, my daughter, who's also another powerful woman out there doing it, decorating cookies and getting them out there. She's doing corporate orders. She's doing personal orders. She's done such beautiful work. And so I have 2 very beautiful and powerful people in my life right now that I'm in awe of and how they've run forward. So I know I don't say it enough in person, but I want to say it here for everyone to know. And I want you to go ahead and support both of them during this holiday season if you need a last minute gift or you just want to treat yourself to something. With that being said, let's go ahead and move on. And as always, we are doing Advent a little bit different. We're looking at it from not just the normal nativity scenes and the lights and all of that, but actually embodying the work we do. And again, Reverend Kelly Isola actually wrote these out and broke it down to the 4 weeks. And this week we'll be working on the silence. So with that being said, when we come back after the song, we'll begin our work on the silence.
You with the sad eyes, don't be discouraged. Oh, I realize it's hard to take courage in a world full of people. You can lose sight of it all. The darkness inside you can make you feel so small. But I see your true colors shining through. I see your true colors like a rainbow. Show me a smile then. Don't be unhappy, can't remember when I last saw you laughing. If this world makes you crazy and you've taken all you can bear, you call me up because you know I'll be there. And I see your true colors shining through. I see your true colors, and that's why I love you. So don't be afraid to let it show your true colors. True colors are beautiful like a rainbow. If this world makes you crazy, you've taken all you can bear, you call me up because you know I'll be there. True colors shining through. I see your true colors, and that's why I love you. So don't be afraid to let it show your true colors. True colors. True colors shining through. I see your true colors, and that's why I love you. So don't be afraid to let them show their true colors. True colors are beautiful like a rainbow.
So as our meditation today will take a little different spin on it, I want to begin now with just breathing in and going into our reading for the third Sunday of Advent, which is love. And his music has always been the source of inspiration for me. The simple melodies of contemplative chant, the rich harmony of voices rising together in a song, the wordless yet soul-stirring swell of a symphony. Each has the power to call us away from our cares and our concerns, if only for a little while. Music can open our hearts to the unspoken language of our true nature, love. My favorite moments during the Advent combine music and rituals. One such inspiring ritual is the candlelighting service many churches offer on Christmas Eve. The simple, elegant melody of Silent Night creates a sense of stillness in the space. Wrapped in the stillness, the symbolism of one candle being lit and the single light being passed from one person to another until the entire room is aglow takes my breath away. During World War I, Silent Night was sung on the battlefield, bringing about a temporary truce as soldiers of different countries and faith laid down their arms. I imagine, just like the candle lighting, that this began with a single voice being raised. As that voice spread, it ignited something in the souls of our soldiers. Before long, the simple power of music to draw humanity together outshines the complexity of war. Music is one of the myriad ways love expresses in and as and through us. Love can reach beyond discord and draw us back to itself. We simply must be willing to stand firm in love and allow it to flow. Love is the expression of our completeness, flooding gaps of any perceived challenges with its pure, vital essence. Love, like music, requires no words to soothe our hearts and minds. The sound of Silent Night on the battlefield in 1914 were nothing more than love called into fullness. It may be hard to imagine love being present in that atmosphere of strife and conflict, but love was there. Love is our true nature, therefore we never without it. An ongoing war with no match for the harmonizing, unifying power of love on that Christmas Eve, and the same is true today. As we arrive at the midpoint of our Advent journey, we're reminded that love is not a feeling, but a principle. Love is the essence of our being, requiring nothing of us other than to be expressed. It rises within us like a single voice. It seeks our own, swelling within all who are willing to join in refrain. Choose to be like the single candle or that first soldier on the battlefield. Bring the light of your true nature into the world and listen as the beautiful symphony it can inspire unfolds. Beloved, let us love one another because love is from God, and everyone who loves is born of God and knows God. And that's 1 John 4:7. And our affirmation is, on this day of Advent, I choose to awaken to the song of love in my heart. And as we move into our lesson and meditation, so we're going to be joining it together as we do our work today. So as we talk about the silence and not what Fillmore teaches, the silence, in the season of Advent, silence can be a lot to ask of a person, and yet silence is the sound of Advent. Mary carried a child in the silence of her womb for 9 months. It is where we hold space for what we long for, new life, collective healing, and also the doubt or uncertainty that comes with waiting in the silence. Many of us are tired. To harness moments of silence, whether long or short moments, is to connect with our interior self, our bodies, or dignity as a unique way. The world so often demands our overworking or our exhaustion, our very bodies in the name of productivity and utility. Advent says that we can pause and allow ourselves to be held by the silence and stillness, that we can meet our sacred rest in every silent moment, a place of refuge, anchored in hope, love, and peace. Turning our attention to collective silence, we must ask ourselves, what of those who have been forced to be silent? As we think of Advent and inviting silence, we carefully and compassionately remember we are not demanding silence from those whose voices most need to be heard, the voices of the marginalized. Silence is holy. Sometimes I may have missed in the midst of the chaotic noise of our current world. During Advent, we are liberated into the restful silence, be able to treasure things in our collective hearts. So as we go into this meditation, some things that we may think about is, what does being silent bring into my awareness? If discomfort arises, how can I avoid this in the past? How did I avoid this in the past? Do I experience discomfort becoming fidgety, lots of mental activity when I'm silent for more than a minute or two? What might be growing in the silence of our own interior world? Whose voices are most silent in my world? And how can we raise the voices of communities who aren't often heard? So again, these are just contemplative things. So our work today, rather than doing a scripted silence, is we're going to go into a 20-minute silent meditation. In that silent meditation, we will be playing music to help bring you back. But we also want you to choose a word to do during this meditation. Now, this word could be anything, and it's your individual word. It could be something of emotion. So let's say I choose sadness. So that'll be my word to bring me back when my thoughts start coming into the silence. So I may be breathing and just maybe counting the breath. So in maybe 1, 2. One of my ninjutsu teachers once taught me one, which was just in and out. The Buddhists have one as well that talks about I'm breathing in, I'm breathing out. And then you want to release that mantra just to sit in the silence. And as thoughts come in, don't beat yourself about it. Just let the thoughts come in, let it fly by, and just return to your word. And as you say that word, you want to see where in your body it does that. And if you happen to have a journal at any time during these 20 minutes, you want to write down in your journal what's coming up, go ahead and do so. Because that's how you do the work. Because you can see from yourself whether, your reaction to things is based on an ego. It's based on, how do I say, it's coming from an ego place where outside world is influencing you to do something. And it seems like it's more than what you should do, or if it is actually coming from a place way inside you saying, I need to release this sadness. I need to do forgiveness work because I'm pushing things out of myself, out of my life, out of my thing, pushing people away, pushing opportunities away because I'm holding on to things that should have been let go a long time ago. Trust me, I've done the forgiveness work. It's hard, but it's something there. So again, use this time for yourself. Don't let me lead you anywhere. I'm just telling you some things that may come up. And what I'd like you to do is when we come out of that 20 minutes, we're going to add an additional 5 minutes to it. And I want you to handwrite a letter to yourself. Writing can be a way of harnessing periods of active science. Handwriting will slow you down and help you pay attention to how you say something and what you regret saying and what you want to erase and that you're too tired to put into words, etc. So in the last 5 minutes, we'll continue the music and we'll do that. We'll allow you to continue with that. So let me take you into meditation. Then we'll have 20 minutes of possibly a candle video or something on the screen for 20 minutes with just some light music in the background. I'll bring you out of meditation and then I'll instruct you to go ahead and begin to handwrite your letter. So let's breathe in deeply. And let's go ahead and let go. And again, let's let go of the outer world. We don't want any influences other than what we hear within our silence. So let's just take a deep breath, entering into that seated spot, that seat of the soul, that Christ consciousness within, releasing the outer world, bringing our attention into our heart space, being open-minded and open-hearted to go forward with this meditation. Take another deep breath, and we're just going to release it and choose that word for yourself. Good. Now that you have your word, I'm going to release you to your breath and let you go.
Join me as we move in from the outer world into our inner world. As we let go of our sense consciousness, we allow the world outside of us to be released. And we hold on to knowing that we are perfect expressions of this universal energy, this spirit of God, knowing that we are perfect in any way. We see our true colors, and we see the true colors of those around us. We know that all is right in the world right now, for it is in our consciousness that, as Eric Butterworth tells us, it is for us to see it right. As we look around in our world, in our mind, we see divine order. We see the beauty of every person out there, our brothers and sisters in oneness. We affirm the loving, healing consciousness to flow in and out and through all of us. We affirm that we see through God's eyes the beauty in all of us, starting with ourselves and then helping those see their true colors within themselves. As we continue to breathe into this present moment, we know that we are creating this consciousness around us, for we are the light of the world. Each one of us shines a light. We shine a light of love, of joy, of peace, knowing that we shine not only for ourselves, but for those that are seeking, those that know that there's so much more to the life they're living now. And we become that beacon for them. We shine our light in peace, we shine our light in love, and we shine our light in joy, knowing that as each person sees, each person acts, they begin to shine their light. And as each one reaches one, we begin to create a generation living with peace, living with love, living with joy. Let's take a few moments to use our power of imagination to see the perfect world in our consciousness. Join me as we move in from the outer world into our inner world. As we let go of our sense consciousness, we allow the world outside of us to be released. And we hold on to knowing that we are perfect expressions of this universal energy, this spirit of God, knowing that we are perfect in any way. We see our true colors, and we see the true colors of those around us. We know that all is right in the world right now, for it is in our consciousness that, as Eric Butterworth tells us, it is for us to see it right. As we look around in our world, in our mind, we see divine order. We see the beauty of every person out there, our brothers and sisters in oneness. We affirm the loving, healing consciousness to flow in and out and through all of us. We affirm that we see through God's eyes the beauty in all of us, starting with ourselves and then helping those see their true colors within themselves. As we continue to breathe into this present moment, we know that we are creating this consciousness around us, for we are the light of the world. Each one of us shines a light. We shine a light of love, of joy, of peace, knowing that we shine not only for ourselves, but for those that are seeking, those that know that there's so much more to the life they're living now. And we become that beacon for them. We shine our light in peace, we shine our light in love, and we shine our light in joy, knowing that as each person sees, each person acts, they begin to shine their light. And as each one reaches one, we begin to create a generation living with peace, living with love, living with joy. Let's take a few moments to use our power of imagination to see the perfect world in our consciousness. Join me as we move in from the outer world into our inner world. As we let go of our sense consciousness, we allow the world outside of us to be released. And we hold on to knowing that we are perfect expressions of this universal energy, this spirit of God, knowing that we are perfect in any way. We see our true colors, and we see the true colors of those around us. We know that all is right in the world right now, for it is in our consciousness that, as Eric Butterworth tells us, it is for us to see it right. As we look around in our world, in our mind, we see divine order. We see the beauty of every person out there, our brothers and sisters in oneness. We affirm the loving, healing consciousness to flow in and out and through all of us. We affirm that we see through God's eyes the beauty in all of us, starting with ourselves and then helping those see their true colors within themselves. As we continue to breathe into this present moment, we know that we are creating this consciousness around us, for we are the light of the world. Each one of us shines a light. We shine a light of love, of joy, of peace, knowing that we shine not only for ourselves, but for those that are seeking, those that know that there's so much more to the life they're living now. And we become that beacon for them. We shine our light in peace, we shine our light in love, and we shine our light in joy, knowing that as each person sees, each person acts, they begin to shine their light. And as each one reaches one, we begin to create a generation living with peace, living with love, living with joy. Let's take a few moments to use our power of imagination to see the perfect world in our consciousness. Join me as we move in from the outer world into our inner world. As we let go of our sense consciousness, we allow the world outside of us to be released. And we hold on to knowing that we are perfect expressions of this universal energy, this spirit of God, knowing that we are perfect in any way. We see our true colors, and we see the true colors of those around us. We know that all is right in the world right now, for it is in our consciousness that, as Eric Butterworth tells us, it is for us to see it right. As we look around in our world, in our mind, we see divine order. We see the beauty of every person out there, our brothers and sisters in oneness. We affirm the loving, healing consciousness to flow in and out and through all of us. We affirm that we see through God's eyes the beauty.
We've done our 20 minutes of meditation. Let us begin to bring ourselves back to the room, back to this place, knowing that we are in this presence. And it may have been challenging, but we made it through. And we say thank you. Take a deep breath in. Open your eyes when you're ready. And now for the next 5 minutes, we're going to go ahead and begin handwriting a letter to ourselves. And just writing down things you want to say, things you want to know, something you may have discovered in the silence. And feel free to write it out, and if you don't feel it's right, cross it out. But don't put any thinking toward it, because again, we tend to come from a place of protecting ourselves, where sometimes we confuse being in comfort to being in fear. So don't be afraid to put down your notes and so forth and so on. Just write it out. And we'll begin that 5 minutes now.
I'm gonna make a change for once in my life. It's gonna feel real good, gonna make a difference, gonna make it right. As I turn up the color on my favorite winter coat, this wind is blowing my mind. See the kids in the street with not enough to eat. Who am I to be blind, pretending not to see their needs? A summer's disregard, a broken bottle top, and a one-man soul. They follow each other on the wind, you know, 'cause they got nowhere to go. That's why I want you to know I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways, and no message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make a change. Oh yeah. Some with no home, not an equal to alone. Could it be really me, pretending that they're not alone?
I know it was a lot of meditation today, a lot of silence, working through that. I know it's difficult. To trust me, it took me many months, many years to actually be able to sit in 20 minutes or 30 minutes of silence. And I had gotten to a point where even my kids used to climb all over me during it, and people would look at me like, how do you do that? And it's because I realized that my thoughts immediately are, okay, my kids are on me, they're climbing on me, and I let it go. And I'm happy for that unconditional love and everything going on, and I can return to those spaces between my thoughts. With that being said, let's talk about our homework for this week. So begin your day with 30 minutes of silence in the morning. Move and eat and listen to your body. Is there anything that hurts? Where are you carrying tension? What do you want to say today? End your day with 30 minutes of silence. In the evenings, try a practice of stillness. Choose a word, whether it's emotion, desire, longing, fear, and start with that as you go deep into yourself. When you are tired, rest. When you are hungry, eat. When you are thirsty, drink. Do this in silence and think that you are taking rest, food, or drink, not just for yourself, but the others who cannot. Rise early in the morning. Hear in the stillness of the morning what you can't hear anytime else. And again, we go back to that practice. Take another candle. Just mark it for every day of this week. And light the candle. And as it gets to that line, just practice being in the stillness for yourself. Trust me, and sometimes, it can be a little daunting because it is hard sometimes to distinguish between what is our individual personality that we've developed from the things that we are being told is the way things are supposed to be and our true selves inside. But it is work. It takes a lot of work. Even I'm still challenged sometimes with the voices. I had to come to realizations of things based on what I did before, and now to say, hey, I understand where I'm at and why I'm doing what I'm doing to be where I'm going. And some people may not understand it, but that's okay. It's only for me to do the work and understand what I'm doing. And I hope that you do this work as well. So I really hope you got something from the lesson today. As always, this is a time for giving and receiving that you can take advantage of, whether you want to give to us or to another spiritual place that's doing the same work and really getting out there. I ask you to take your gifts in your hand, and if you wish to donate to us, you can go to our website at weesc.org for now. And there's a donate button there. If you're on our YouTube, you can always go to the top. There's a donate link up there, as well as under our About page. That also helps. And again, every penny that's given helps to do this and do further work and whatever gifts we can give outside of here as well. So together, virtually, let's hold our gifts in our hands or physically, bringing the hands to our heart as we proclaim divine love as me, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And the nature of knowing who I truly am. And with that being said, we know that it's going out to do the work because we see it, we say it, and so it is, and so we let it be. And we affirm it with amen. As always, I thank you for being here. No one else has told you I love you, nothing you can do about it. I bid you namaste as we end our day today with the prayer of protection that says the light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Once again, I thank you for being here, love you, and I will see you in our next service.